Okay, everybody. Now that it's not raining here for once, I can finally get a new update of the back here for you. Some of you have wanted another one, and I'm glad you guys do like these videos, really. So I'm happy to make one for you. We'll start with some stuff back here. Most of the stuff is good, but there's one update I'm really not happy with, but we'll get to that later on, okay? We actually got 3 tables here from the Long Island house. These were by the pool, if you remember. And I guess these are 4 new ones that we're going to have with it. We'll find some place to put them. The umbrella stands, you might remember those. Let's see. Yeah, so along here, I don't think I showed this to you last time. They put these on top now of the columns, or one of them. I forget if one was here and one wasn't, but I really can't remember. So, but yeah, you can see they have this looking more finished now. That looks good. You notice the fire pit's all covered up, and that's because they did put the granite down finally, so that needs to set in place, and they don't want anyone touching it. So what that granite looks like, you'll see it in a future video, but I can also show it to you in the cabana. I believe they look the same, but we'll get to that. So yeah, and they're starting to do more electrical work here, connecting all the lights, you know, the down lights that are on this portion here, and all along here. And oh yeah, before I forget, look at the view now. It is completely unobstructed. We finally took down the last of the tall trees down there, so now we have much more of a view than we used to, and that just looks fantastic. If you want to see what it looks like with all the other with all them still there, you can check out my previous summer, or like maybe 2017 videos. I think may have them back here, but yeah, you can see that just so much more you can see now, and this looks fantastic. Really does look nice with a view like this. And yeah, not much has changed here. We still got all the tables out of place. We haven't really put them in the right position yet. Hot tub. I just put some chemicals in there, and maybe in a future video I'll show you what chemicals I got for it. It's doing well. I put the temperature back up. The temperature is right now is at 85, and yeah, it's holding temperature very well. In fact, the circulation pump actually shuts off, which means that the temperature is getting, I think, 3 degrees higher than set. So definitely some energy savings there, I guess you could say. And yeah, they're still working on this thing over here, trying to get those lights set up. What I can show you is, let's see, I think they did a little bit more work here. Let me take a look. Oh, you know, not yet, but you can see, and we had a little bit of settling over here, as you can see. So they just got to, they just have to, what is that? Patch that up, and then just go across here. But I think we are planning to put some flowers here or something. Maybe bring it up to the bottom of the window. We'll see there. I told my mom I think we should put just a bunch of like marble bits here, kind of like you see right there by the basement window. Just because, like, you know, it keeps us open, unobstructed, easy access to the panel for the hot tub and for the hose. You know, should we need it? So just some ideas there. They may have done some more stuccoing over here. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that could be a problem. What is there? Is there iron in here or something? I'll have to get that looked at. Okay, well, there's something I didn't see, but at least it's on a side where people aren't really going to see it. But yeah, should have to get that addressed. We'll take a look at that. Everything else on this side looks pretty good. All the stuccoing back here. I think I have showed this to you before, but you can see it's really come along here. Yeah, they dug the ground here for the other wiring. There's some more wiring right there. Now that's some disorganization right there. That was stuccoed, and I guess they took it off, so then they got to redo it again. So, well, not the first time that's happened, I guess, right? But it's no cost to us. So, yes, and over here you can see on this side of the cabana, they and also over here they since cemented where they had to, and I don't think this. I personally think this stone should continue over to here, but I guess it's not going to be seen as much. They're just going to stucco this, but at the same time, that kind of goes with the column. I don't know. I'm just giving my opinions here and there on some of these things, but it really doesn't look too bad. And the hose spigot, you've seen that. Yeah, and over here where the back area is, over here they concreted here as well, and you can see that this is where they're going to have. They're going to have more of the stuccoing. The stuccoing is going to go there, the rocks over there, and continue here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show you that right now. You walk up here. You've seen this area before. And, yeah, you can see that they finished the stone here. They have to fill in these joints on the stone here, but really isn't all that bad looking. Were those joints there originally? Jeez, I can't even remember actually. I'll have to look at a different at a past video. But yep, all is done there. They just got to put the concrete in, and I just saw a bug right there, and just fill in the joints, and then that should all look good. Now, here's the area where I'm really having the issue with something, okay? Let me show you guys something. First things first. Check this out. We now have 2 lights, as you can see, all right? We got 2 lights there. Many of you have said that it looked bad with 1. I thought so too, and then my mom actually agreed, and we got a second one there. And that came out fantastic. That looks really good. But this is the part of the update where I really have a problem. See the difference here? Okay, so now this wall, the lower portion, has all this stone here, okay? And when I first saw that, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. That doesn't work, all right? Now, first, before I get into why that is, I'll tell you what the guy said, which I can kind of see what he's saying, but still. You know, he says that when the front of the house, I'll show that to you right now, actually. All right. He did say that on the front of the house here, you have kind of a similar thing. You have the brick here, okay, and then on the lower portion, you got the stone with the small stone ledge that hasn't been on yet. That'll go on eventually. And you know, this is where he says when you're coming up the driveway, okay, you're kind of it's kind of what's the word? Well, whatever. You kind of see them going together. Like that part faces the front, and this faces the front, so that matches with that stone right there. But the main problem I have with that is, okay, first of all, when you're up at the top of the driveway, you don't see any of this. You barely see any of that. Okay, so now over here by the air conditioners, right? It is just bare siding, just regular siding, nothing else to it. All right, and where else do you see this? Do you see what I'm getting at? I mean, what he said was you have the stone here, and when you walk into the back here from over here, you have this stone wall right here, which is, you kind of see this, and then you see that. I can kind of see where he's going with that, but seriously, in my opinion, this just looks terrible. It really does, all right? I mean, this was all finished, if you remember, aside from the light, which we now have up there. You know, the border bricks were in, the siding used to go all the way down, and it's like equal to the point. Look at this. So you have half a wall of stone here, all right? But now go on the back side of the cabana, there's no such thing. It's still just the siding going all the way to the bottom. And the same thing over here. If we go back to the front, in the back, same thing. So it's like, this just doesn't work. It doesn't fit. It really doesn't. The border bricks will go back down, which I made sure of that, but again, how does this work? It really doesn't. That I can understand. That's the counter, the stone's there, but this used to be just siding all across here, all the way down, all the way across here, right? And then the same thing on the back. So, you know, somehow he's saying that this matches with the front of the house, and this is what you see when you walk back there. But you can't just have half a wall of stone and then have the front and the back be all siding all the way down still. That doesn't make any sense. That is a very poor architectural design, if that's the right term, okay? I am really not happy with that. I really don't like how that looks. That was just terrible. Maybe in the future they'll get taken off. I don't know. If it was up to me, I would take that off completely. I don't care how much it costs, but I'm really not happy with that at all. But at least we got the second light now. I know you guys wanted to see that, so at least that's done. But okay, you heard me mention about that enough. Let's go into the cabana now. You can see that the granite is in. It still needs some adjustments, but you can see that the counter space is really taking shape, and you just got to do something with the lights down here. That's why the stand is temporarily here, but that's fine. Yeah, so They still just going to move things into place. You know, they got a, yeah, the grill can go back a little bit more. And you can see we got some decent amount of room back there. So it's not all that bad. And they just got some joints there they got to fill in. We got to get some stuff on top of here. But it's really starting to come together inside here. Not much has changed with the refrigerator. We still just got to make a new cut here. For the, I wonder what this thing is for. Well, I'll figure it out. We got to make another opening here for this thing to fit down on. But it does sit in place pretty well. It's really dirty right now. It's dusty. That'll get cleaned as time goes on. But yeah, I mean, this actually looks really nice with the counter down. So, and even when they make all their adjustments, it should look even better. Now, here's something that's actually pretty cool. Both the grill and the stove are electrically connected, 120 volts, and there's one thing I saw that it's one of those scenarios where it's like, this is kind of cool, but where would I ever use it, all right? So you got the knobs here, okay? And over here is this little mechanical button, okay? Now when I click this button, watch what happens. Hello, China! I mean, you got the blue LEDs here, and I guess this is for, like, you know, if these fixtures weren't in an enclosed cabana and there wouldn't be lights overhead at night, you could use these to see what the knobs say, which isn't a bad thing, but it's like, for this kind of cabana where there is lighting overhead, if you remember, you know, when would I really use this? It just seems kind of weird. Now, what is kind of cool, but also weird at the same time was the lights that I just turned on, okay, they also light up in here. So you actually have lighting inside these drawers here, which admittedly is pretty cool. You can see, you know, what you need to, but again, like, this comes out so far, you could easily see what you got to get. And I think the same thing for this one. Let me see. Yeah, the same thing for this one. So it's kind of nice in that regard, but again, like, it's really not that hard to see what's in here. So, like I said, kind of cool, but when will we ever use it? Just one of those things. And I think the same thing in there. That cabinet gets lit up as well. I mean, okay, for the cabinet, that's probably not bad. But again, for the drawers, not really seeing the benefits. But yeah, there you go. And the storage room, I don't think much has changed. I mean, this is pretty much done for the most part, as far as I can tell. But yeah, you know, we have, you know, the windows are cracked open now for the season. And, you know, we have the, we have that window open too. And, yeah, the attic fan does work. It did cycle one day when it was really warm, which was a while ago. Hopefully it stays warm now. So it's doing a good job. One thing I am considering doing is just getting like a regular alcohol thermometer and just putting it in here. I'm thinking maybe I could either put it here to the right of the electrical panel or maybe somewhere here. I think these two spots might be the best because the sun doesn't really shine on there, but just a general idea. One thing I did think of back here was, because I know we're going to put shelving on here eventually, so I can't put the thermometer there, but one thing I did think of doing was, when Spats Bear and Harley Badger had their whole house fan installed, they also put an override switch for their attic fan. And I was thinking of wondering maybe if I should ever do the same thing in the future. Again, I don't know when I would use it, but it would be kind of cool to have. Now, I wouldn't have. They have it like a switch that goes left to right with a status light, which is kind of cool. But I just get something basic like this, you know. Just have it. Just have a switch like this, and maybe put it like up here or something, just so it's kind of away from the regular light switches or something. Just an idea. You know, we could put it up here, and like, you know, up would be on constantly, and then down would be auto. So that kind of thing. Just a future idea for the fan. I don't know if I'm ever going to need it, but it might be pretty cool. But I definitely can say, when that warm day was here and that fan was running, it felt great in here. It was warm, but definitely cooler than like last summer. So that fan is definitely doing its job, and very glad we have it. And that's basically it, guys. That was a longer update, definitely, but I'm glad you guys got to see everything that I wanted to show you. And yeah, everything's coming out good. Aside from that side of the cabana, which I don't like, everything else is good. But the counters are in. They're making some more progress over there now. We got a beautiful view. And yeah, just this is my big pet peeve right here, is the side of the cabana. But you know, who knows? Maybe I'll get used to it in the future. But really, just like I said, having that one wall width like that just doesn't work. It just doesn't look good. But that's just me. But whatever. Anyway, the majority of the cabana is going okay, and the backyard looks great. So hopefully in the future, well, not hopefully in the future, in the future when I make another video, things should be more complete and looking good. And so far, things are looking great compared to last year especially. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.